I am Mrs. Sandhya Ravindra Lanke, Faculty, Shri Jain Vidya Prasarak Mandal, Rasik Lalem Dhariwal, College of Pharmacy, Pune. Here we will discuss about the second part of cosmetics mentioned in the syllabus of second year diploma in pharmacy for pharmaceutics 2 subject. The learning outcomes of this particular video are: after watching this video, you will be able to define the antiphrases. You will be able to explain antiperspirants and deodorants. I have divided this particular chapter in 3 different parts. So today we will discuss about antiphrases and antiperspirants and deodorants. Moving ahead, the preparations for oral hygiene, that is the dentifrices. Friends, see here in these two images what you are observing. Just think and note it down. These are nothing but the mechanism or working of the dentifrices. So, dentifrices are the preparations meant to be applied to the teeth with a toothbrush for the purpose of cleaning the accessible surface of the teeth. Dentifrices, these products are further divided into 3 different forms. The common dentifrices available in the form of the first one, toothpaste. As we all know, there are so many marketed preparations of toothpaste like Colgate. The second form of dentifrices are the tooth powder. The various preparations like Vicco turmeric powder is there. Then the third one are nothing but various liquid and gel dentifrices. For example, various Sensodyne gel or various type of mouthwashes are the examples of liquid dentifrices. So, dentifrices are available in the form of toothpaste, tooth powder and liquid or gel dentifrices. The next one is the uses of dentifrices in some of the important cases. Mainly, dentifrices can be used for cleaning of tooth. These are also used for polishing of the teeth. Then, removal of stains from the teeth to reduce incidence of tooth decay, reduction of mouth odors, prevention of formation or removal of dental plaque, and they are also useful for prevention of formation of calculus in the dental cavity. So, these are some of the uses of dentifrices. Next one are the ideal properties of dentifrices. One by one we will discuss the ideal properties of dentifrices. First is it should be economical, as teeth is the major organ and which need to be cleansed properly. So it should be economic, can be consumed by every person in an economic price. It should be non-toxic, it should be properly sweetened and flavor, then it should give fresh and clean sensation, it should be efficient in removing food as well as plaque and other foreign particles deposited in the oral cavity, and it should be able to clean the surface of teeth. Apart from the ideal properties, the next point of discussion is formulation of dentifrices. In board exam, this is again one more important question, that is write about the formulation of dentifrices. The first and the major ingredient which is used are the abrasive agents. Now these abrasive agents, these are nothing but the cleansing agents. Abrasives are the main constituents of toothpaste and tooth powder as well. It should have to be powdered and it should not be too much hard such that it may cause scratch on enamel or gum. The abrasives are responsible for deposited removal of food debris lodged in the surface of teeth or cavities in the teeth. For example, calcium carbonate, aluminum sulfate and dicalcium phosphate. The next main ingredient in formulation of dentifrices, these are nothing but the detergents, or these are helpful for carrying out the cleansing action. Detergent A suitable detergent or soap removes the debris from surface of the tooth by mechanism of emulsification. The well-used or preferred type of detergent in dentifrices is SLS, nothing but sodium lauryl sulfate. The next additives used are the binders. Binders are mainly used in the formulation of toothpaste. These are used to keep the solids and liquid in the united form and to maintain consistency of preparation. For example, gum tragacan, sodium alginate and methyl cellulose are mostly used binders. Next formulation ingredients are humectants. Humectants, again, these are used in preparation of toothpaste. These are added to prevent drying of preparation. For example, glycerin, propylene glycol. These agent preserve moisture in the preparation and avoids its drying out. The next ingredients are preservatives. Preservatives, they are used to prevent growth of bacteria in the preparation. Examples like methyl paraben and propyl paraben. The next formulation additive used are different type of colors. Now, as name indicate, colors are added to improve appearance of preparation and to make it attractive. For example, various coal tar dyes are preferred in formulation of dentifrices. Apart from this, some of the other ingredients used are sweeteners. Sweeteners, these are added to change the taste of the formulation and to avoid the bitter taste of the ingredient. For example, saccharin sodium and sucrose, these are used as an sweetening agent. And the last one are flavors. Flavors, these are added to improve the taste of the formulation. For example, peppermint oil, cinnamon oil or different type of volatile oils can be used as the flavoring agent. Next is the formula for tooth powder. The main ingredient in formula of tooth powder is hard soap, which will act as a cleansing agent. Precipitated calcium carbonate is your abrasive, saccharin sodium is the sweetening agent, peppermint oil and cinnamon oil are the perfume flavors, and methyl salicylate it also impart flavor as to the preparation. Then after the dentifrices, the next products are various type of agents which are used to prevent the perspiration and bad odor of the body, nothing but antiperspirants and deodorants. So what these are? Antiperspirants are the agent which prevents the flow of perspiration to overcome bad smell which is due to bacterial decomposition. Ingredients like aluminum chlorohydrate can be used as an antiperspirant agent. Then are the deodorants. Deodorants, they inhibit the formation of bad odor in perspiration by suppressing the growth of bacteria or mask the unpleasant odor. Various ingredients like salicylic acid, boric acid and zinc stearate are mainly used as deodorants. The next one is the antiperspirants contains some substances which are having astringent action. The main function of astringent, they causes constriction of the vessels or they causes coagulation of cell protein, and because of this astringent action they react with the skin protein and it causes coagulation which is accompanied by swelling at the opening of sweat gland, and this blocks opening of sweat gland and prevent flow of sweat. So by this way antiperspirants perform their action. Now let us discuss some of the qualities of an ideal antiperspirant. Ideally, antiperspirant, it should be non-toxic, it should be non-irritant as we are directly applied to the surface of skin, it should be non-irritant. Then it should have pH between 4 to 4.5. It should match or it should within the range of pH of skin. Then it should not have effect on fabrics. Whatever the clothing we are wearing, any antiperspirant preparation should not affect on the clothing. Then it should possess sufficient astringent property. As we discussed in last slide that how astringents will act as an antiperspirant. For that purpose, any antiperspirant agent should have sufficient astringent property. So this is about ideal properties. Now next one is the difference between antiperspirants and deodorants. Again, frequently asked question in the board exam. Antiperspirants, these are used to reduce the sweat formation, while deodorants, these are used to reduce body odor. Because of formation of the sweat, it may lead to bacterial growth, and then we can use different deodorants. Antiperspirant, they inhibit the flow of perspiration, while deodorants, they inhibit formation of a bad odor. Antiperspirants, these are having astringent action, while deodorants are having antibacterial action. Antiperspirant, they contain salt of various metals such as aluminium, iron, chromium, lead, while deodorants do not contain any metal ion. For example, the marketed preparation Dove, the Ultimate Care, and in case of deodorant, Fog. So these are some of the differentiating points of antiperspirants and deodorants. Here are the sum of marketed preparations of antiperspirants and deodorants. Here you can see Nivea, then Rexona, Nivea. So these are some of the examples of antiperspirants and deodorants. So with this, I have concluded with the video. If you have any question, please ask in the comment box. So thank you for watching this video.